Previously on
DanganRonpa.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
It's KYOKO! There's no other explanation!
But KYOKO's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Whoa! Whoa! What? Wait, wait! I need to prove that it wasn't a sprinkler that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with a certain evidence, and that should do it. If you look at the body itself, that should make it clearer. Oh, the moment of truth. One of these things. Oh lord, I hate these things. Alright.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me?
We got her, we got her.
Nothing. I hate you. No, no, no!
Final strike. Tarp?
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Oh, we did it! I just decided to use our power just to make it faster.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
Do we figure out that Toko might be a pervert? I'm just saying. Maybe?
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Toko, what are you? What kind of a creature are you? This is not a girl, this is a creature. Oh lord. What the hell? She is nuts.
I'm so sick of her.
Same here, Aoi. Same here. Same here.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's.
The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
And only Byakuya told us about the bucket. So was that bucket ready just in case for this?
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it! I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you!
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is KYOKO.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Oh god. Kyoko? What are you gonna tell us?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
As weird as it is, part of me really wants to trust her on this. I know it's really dangerous that we've been trusting Kyoko the entire time. It's probably gonna bite us in the ass later down the line. I mean, it could if she decides to screw us over. But so far, she has not given us a single reason to do that. In fact, I believe she actually saved us when we were about to be stabbed in our room. Pretty sure, yeah, we were about to be stabbed and she saved us. She was there to help us out, to rescue us out of the situation. She knows something we don't. Her motive for being here and just, you know, going off wherever she goes to is completely different from any of us. You know, I kind of want to trust with Kyoko in this. Ugh, Jesus, I'm probably gonna regret it, but you know what? Kyoko all the way, I'm guessing.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
She doesn't really.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
Okay, that's a little bit odd.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
I don't want to. I trust Kyoko a little more than I trust Monokuma. Monokuma's not giving us a single reason to trust him. He does drop clues, but you can't trust him.
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
And yet, Monokuma responds to Byakuya so well. Thank you, Byakuya.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
Did she?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
I don't think Kyoko has that motivation to stop this, really. She wants to discover what's going on.
But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I don't think it's her. I genuinely don't think it's her. Everybody is against her, but I don't think it's her.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Kyoko, don't be turning it on us, please.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
The tarp.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
As weird as it is that she's turning on us, she does have a valid point. We are finally bringing the tarp into the situation. A certain something in the scene that we used to cover the body. It had to be the tarp. It gotta be the tarp. The tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
True.
In fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
The killer did do that. I'm not getting how Kyoko's not saying that's what Makoto did, but the killer did. I don't think she believes that Makoto did it either.
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could crowd the issue of when the murder actually took place.
Good point.
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Although that's not a good point, please don't. Oh god, Kyoko, please don't pin it on us, please. I'm sitting here trusting you. Good lord. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? I don't think she is. I don't think she's pointing a finger at Makoto. She's saying that whoever did it knew that they were gonna cover the body on purpose. She's not pointing at fingers at Makoto. No, she's not. She's not doing it. I'm betting you, she's not pointing fingers at Makoto directly. She's saying that whoever did it used the tarp in order to cover the body and cloud the whoever killed the body did it in order to pin Makoto. That's what she's saying. They did all these steps in order to pin it on Makoto, so the knife will be the only evidence and it will wipe away all the alibis completely. No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, The tarp must have been touched the body, right? But the body.
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about KYOKO's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what KYOKO said. The blood did not appear on the actual body. Body before explosion, exploded body analysis, fragmented the dead body. Before explosion. There we go, that's what it is.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Shit, that's not it.
Yes, I see. So what you're saying is, I have absolutely no idea.
Shoot!
If you think about it one more time, there must be a contradiction in somewhere. There is.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
Yep.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh! I remember the blood on the body, hard and dried he had. Byakuya even warned us not to touch it, to avoid getting any blood on us.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it.
So
I'm gonna go a little faster here.
It's because the sprinkler got that side.
But the underside of the tarp,
I might have gotten it. I might have gotten it.
It's because that side was protected. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
no, that's wrong.
If the tarp was put over the body as the blood was there, then the blood would have gotten on the tarp.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
It is.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
And Byakuya pointed it out. Oh, Byakuya, did you do this? I think Byakuya, buddy, you've been really into this.
Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
No.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
Well, we are missing a chicken.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
No.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Chickens. They got blood from in the garden, which must mean the chickens. Come here, chickens. Eh, there you go.
I got it!
Making the hearts back.
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
The one on the left disappeared, if you can see that.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Yasuhiro likes animals, apparently. Alright, that's good.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
She's thinking smart about it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
Which is?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Could be.
They covered it beforehand?
Because the clothing was not... But the person was not wearing the clothing we just put on top of them.
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Nope.
I think so.
No, Makoto, it wasn't.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Yep.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Oh, just wait now, we might as well get blown.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Maybe.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
True. True actually.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
KYOKO, I don't like that she does that. She's so good at it, but makes me feel so squeamish a bit.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Oh, KYOKO, why? Why do you do that?
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Makoto, buddy, we gotta get ourselves out of this mess. We have to work together, alright? We have to figure this out. And the suspicion falls back onto me again. But why? Why is KYOKO trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Disguised dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, so that's gonna probably play another role in this case.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and KYOKO.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
I'm thinking maybe neither.
Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh, Yasuhiro. Greatest ideas all around.
Oh!
Oh, Aoi, please don't agree with them.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Thank God.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Oh God, Aoi, no.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more importantly, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
We can't let Toho keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
It is.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
That's kind of false on Makoto. He probably should have told him immediately what happened last night. He probably should have told him immediately.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Damn, that's quite a lot. That's quite a big percentage. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Alright, Makoto, I'm trusting you on this. Make your argument. Dead body exploded, dead body analysis, fragment near the dead body, okay?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Wrong thing, wrong thing, wrong thing. My bad on that one.
Shoot!
You need to do body analysis, that's what you need to do. It's body now. It's a body analysis.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Stabby did not kill
It
it.
really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Let's wait.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Oh, shut up, Toko, shut up. We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Really? No way!
Yes, I see. So what you're saying is, I have absolutely no idea.
Shoot!
Need to think about it one more time. There's be a contradiction in somewhere. What do you mean? That was a contradiction!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Okay, hold on. Exploded body analysis. Okay, hold on, let's come back. This has to be it. Okay, exploded body analysis. Explosion burned the upper half of the body beyond recognition. Part of the body remained on fire, had to be extinguished because of this upper half was soaking wet while the bottom half was being dry. Never mind, so that's not it.
It's the same.
Fragment near the dead body. Bits of charred debris should be noted. The bomb had been moved from one equipment gym and disappeared. To imagine these two events unrelated. Okay.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
And now disguised dead body. Let's check on that real quick. The murder took place before the sprinklers turned on. The suspect covered the body with a tarp to prevent from getting wet. Later then, they removed the tarp. Suspect placed a white jacket on the body. This jacket has previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse is being wearing it.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Didn't. It did not. It did not. We got it. We got it.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
See, for the first time, only in the trial 5. There have been 4 trials before this. This is the 5th trial. This is the first trial I discovered that can actually review the evidence and know the truth bullets. Why couldn't this be told to me ahead of time? Game, why couldn't you tell me? That would have been so useful in reviewing all the information. Instead of trying to memorize it. Oh, Oh, it hurts, yet it feels nice that I finally discovered it. It hurts to know that I'm knowing this information for who knows how long this entire playthrough, up to this very point. But it feels good knowing that I can finally use it.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body,
It was already
the
dead.
knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
Yeah.
obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
And the Monokuma file already confirmed that there was a head injury that actually did the killing.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
There were 2 wounds, aside from the, general body scratches. Stab wound in the back and the chest. The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Though, however, dead before the blast, the victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife, through which they had also been struck with the head with an object. Struck in the head with an object about a 6-dimensional pipe. There we go.
I got it!
We got it.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only 1 stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Very clever. Very, very clever.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
What's up?
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
Damn! Byakuya, I understand you're a smartass, but don't be back-talking Aoi. Don't be back-talking our girl, alright? Don't be back-talking her.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
It's not unknown. I mean, it was part of the bomb of Monokuma.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's one way. There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. The debris. It has to be the debris. There we go.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Yep.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
Yep, that was a bomb inside of him. Damn. Yasuhiro's going ham on him, just dismantling left and right.
It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
There we go.
And the only one who would benefit from that
KYOKO.
is the only other possible suspect. You, KYOKO.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Or it could. See, he's very confident about this. He's already jumping to the gun. You know, he's already jumping the gun, jumping to the conclusion. He could be possibly right, but at the same time, he could be right. But at the same time, he could not be right. There's always a possibility. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Next time on
DanganRonpa. Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?